Shot. Shot. What's up? What's up? What's up? What we doing? What we doing? We in the booth? We in the room? We busting it down for the low on the G type shit. Type shit. Let me go ahead and move this up here so I can read chat. Welcome to the Kindle MMA full card predictions for UFC 313, Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. If you're new to this, if this is your first time ever watching one of my live streams, which you probably aren't, you've probably been here for a while, I assume. What's up, Jay? Bryce Mitchell, brother? What's up, Bryce Mitchell? But if you're new here, make sure you guys join the Topology group. Link will be in the description, and as soon as I can pull this thing up, I will post it in chat as well. What's up, Billy? What's up, my man, Billy? But let me get this link going for you guys, for anybody who comes back and watches this and makes fun of my predictions for how bad they might be. But hopefully we do good. I think we're at like 70% of the year so far, so we're chilling. We're doing pretty decent. I did not do research on this fight. What the fuck? We said, wow, what a predictor Kindle is. Exactly. Top tier. Listen, this will be, out of all the prediction videos I have done on this channel, I have not gotten one 100% correct yet. And so I aim for every single prediction live stream / video to be 100% correct. And so 313, I'm going to get 100% right. Big trust. Let me pull this up real quick. I just went into the wrong thing. But we need more guys in the topology group. We need more homies in here. So if anybody does happen to watch this back, or anybody who's currently in stream, I'm gonna pin that message. It's in the description as well as in the chat. So, but we won't waste any time, man. We're gonna get right into this. I am on like 4 hours of sleep. I'm tired as fuck. I'm ready to get this shit rolling, man. I've already did my whole prediction video for Ankalaev versus Pereira. So when we get to the main event, I'll kind of maybe skim through that one and give you the whole what is it, the cliff notes about that matchup. But we'll get right into this, man. We'll get right into this. We'll delve right into the realm of predictions. Our first fight of the card is good old Ozzy Diaz versus Jordan Santos. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I actually forgot about this fight. I was doing research earlier and actually completely forgot about this. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I did watch Ozzy Diaz lose against Min Yang Zhang. And I believe I did watch him versus Will Curley, but that was forever ago, and I probably was zoned out of it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I watched this live, didn't I? Didn't I watch this fight live? I'm pretty sure. Was this during October? It was 5 months ago. Let me double check, man. Let me double check this shit. Was it during October? Because if it's October, I would have watched it. Nope, September. I did not watch this one. Fuck. Did not watch it. But you know, we're gonna get into this. I want to make sure the prediction here. Ozzy Diaz sucks. He's trash. He's awful. I'm kidding. He's not actually that bad. He fought at LFA. He was pretty decent there. I mean, he lost to Joe Pyfer in the Contender Series. You know, it is what it is. That was almost 3 years ago. I mean, a little bit over 2.5 years ago. When he fought Min Yang Zhang, you know, got killed by him. I don't really rate Min Yang Zhang to be that highly of a prospect at light heavyweight or middleweight. Sorry, is it middleweight or light heavyweight? They're fighting at middleweight right now. But he beat Bevan Lewis. He beat Chuck Campbell by KO. This guy can get finishes, but he is also 34 years old. And Jordan Santos looks like he's going to be a prospect in the division here. I will add him to the prospect list once. I'll probably make that now, honestly, but I will add him to it. But this is his UFC debut. Will Curry, I know about Will Curry, and Will Curry is a pretty decent guy. Like, not like as in personality. I don't know anything about him personality wise, but in terms of his fight style, he's a pretty decent guy, and I think it's a pretty credible win for Jordan Santos to beat him by decision. So I think just based on him beating Will Curry alone, I think that's a pretty good dub. And I think that he can go out there and beat a 34-year-old Ozzy Diaz who's coming off a KO loss to Ming Yang Yang. So I'm going to take Ozzy Diaz. I'll take him by decision. Yeah. I mean, he did go to a split decision for a 3-0 guy, which is kind of crazy. But he's 10-1. Like, he's still fairly new to the game. I mean, I don't like looking at a guy's record and for his he's 11 pro fights. So this is 11, 10, 9. For his 8th pro fight, he's fighting a 6-13 guy. I just hate that. I just despise that so much. But that was 3.5 years ago, and he's only 8 fight in his career. So it is 1-4 as well. Rodolfo Oliveira. Like, what are we fucking doing, Santos? Like, why are we fighting guys like at this caliber? But you know what? Since then, he has stepped up to the competition and found a way to get some wins over Will Curry, which is pretty good. Moving on. Chris Gutierrez versus John Castaneda. I'm going to easily take Chris Gutierrez here. This guy, Chris Gutierrez, if you go back and rewatch his Song Yadong performance, he was giving Song Yadong hell on the feet. Song Yadong could not hang with him on the feet, and Yadong had to resort to grappling to actually beat Chris Gutierrez. It's a really good win. Sorry, it's a really impressive loss, in my opinion, for Chris Gutierrez. And he's just one of those guys who's just going to stick around for a long time with his low kicks. This dude has him and who's the other guy? They're training partners, I think, as well. What is his name? He beat Saeed Nurmagomedov. Jesus Christ. He just lost recently too to Jose Aldo. I know everything about this guy, but I don't know his fucking name apparently. But these two guys are like one of the best low kickers in the UFC. I think I like to put I would put Chris Gutierrez in the top 10 of low kickers in the UFC right now. I would say one goes probably to, what are you doing, buddy? I would say one goes to probably Alex Pereira. I would say 2 probably goes, who's probably Volk, honestly. Volk's a really good low kicker as well. He can really chop off a leg here. I'll put Jan Blachowicz in there. I'll put Chris Gutierrez. Jonathan Martinez is his name. I remembered it finally. Jonathan Martinez. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my room, get out of here, man. My cat's being a menace. Castaneda ain't bad, right? I mean, he lost to Daniel Marcos, which is not a bad loss. Beat Kyung Ho Kang. Beat Muin Gafarov. Lost to Miles Johns by submission. That's kind of tough, isn't it, though? Like, he's not a terrible fighter by any means, but I think Chris Gutierrez is going to show, I'm not going to say levels and striking against John Castaneda, but I do think that we're going to see Chris Gutierrez go out there and win a really close decision. I'm saying 29-28 over John Castaneda. I think Gutierrez's striking is really underrated, and I think his low kicking game is going to prove dividends in this. I'm pretty sure at one point, Castaneda, he also fought Nathaniel Wood, who's also in like one of my top 10 low kickers list, and he got his legs chewed off in that matchup. That was forever ago though, so I can't put too much stock into that. But I think, he's 33 years old. I think I can trust. They're both 33, by the way. But I think I can trust Chris Gutierrez to get one done over John Castaneda. Moving on. Myron Santos versus Francis Marshall, not Francis Marshall. Now, will Myron Santos be the first guy in a very long time to actually come out be a tough winner and go on to do things in the UFC? I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on Myron Santos just yet, but I do think that he will prove that he might have some level of being a prospect in him versus Francis Marshall. This guy, he has good striking, man. And he looks like he's actually good. Like when I watch Ricky Tercios, who won tough, I'm like, dude, I don't really see it, man. But when I watch Myron Santos, I can kind of actually see it. Like he's very calm, cool, collected in the octagon. He picks his shots very well. I feel like I can trust him. When he KO'd Conor Lee, I was genuinely impressed by his performance. Conor Lee was trying to grapple him up, and he would just shake him off, and then he would go back to the striking, and he landed was it a crisp left hook? Yep, left hook to ground strikes. A crisp left hook that put down Conor Lee, and he won tough. Like, I think this guy has potential. Now, what's his ceiling? I don't know just yet, but I think he does get past Francis Marshall. Now, that's kind of I don't think he should be a minus 290 favorite. I think he should be like a plus 150. No, I'm sorry, a minus 150 on odds for Myron Santos here. I think the odds should be closer because Francis Marshall can go out there and big body him and big bully him. Maybe he can go out there and he can, hold him against the cage and get in the clinch and make shit boring. That's possible. Francis Marshall did that against somebody else. Was it against Bazooka? William Gomez did it too. Sorry, it was William Gomez. Like, Francis Marshall is not some scrub in my opinion. Is he great? No, but he isn't a scrub. So I can see Francis Marshall potentially giving him issues in the grappling and the clinch. Maybe he can be stronger than Myron Santos, but Santos isn't small by any means. So I'm going to take Myron Santos probably by decision here. I'm going to say a close, maybe boring decision where he kind of out damages Francis Marshall, who's not doing too much on the feet. But I wouldn't be shocked if we see Santos get a KO here. I wouldn't be shocked if he finds a nice left hook or right hand or any sort of shot on the feet that puts down, with the hands at least, puts down Francis Marshall. So I'm going to take Myron Santos by decision, but honestly, if you feel like betting him winning by KO, it wouldn't be a bad bet in my opinion. Moving on. Alex Morono versus Carlos Leal. Now, listen, if you guys watched Carlos Leal's last fight against Renat, he won that fight, by the way. It was a robbery. Big old robbery. But this guy is juiced. This guy is fucking so juiced. He has body acne that I have never even seen before. And you guys know, listen, if you're any sort of, if you're educated at all on how, anabolics work in the system, sometimes it can make your acne a lot worse, and it can make you break out and have cystic acne. Carlos Leal, I think, is one of those kind of guys who took some anabolic steroids and got cystic acne on his body for it. So with that being said, Morono is the complete opposite. This guy has never had an ounce of protein in his life. Like, he is flabby, but Morono can't, like, getting into the whole fight prediction, Morono can be tricky on the feet. Sometimes you see him, take it to some guys who are pretty decent on the feet as well. But he's not really winning anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fought Ponzinibbio a while back. He's not even on here. And he kind of took it to Ponzinibbio before he got hit by like a right hand and then put down and dropped and TKO'd. So Morono can be tricky for some guys, but I think I'll trust the roided up guy who beat Renat, Renat's not bad at all. Renat's like ranked level. I'll take Carlos Leal. I think he came in on short notice as well against Renat. So I'll take a Carlos Leal who came in on short notice and beat a Renat God damn, I can't even say his name. Fakhretdinov. I'll take him to beat Alex Morono, who I think just isn't like what do you have to fear? Like, the only way you really lose to Morono is not having enough output and just letting him outstrike you. That's really about it. I don't think Carlos Leal, with the way he was hustling versus Renat, I don't think that's his style. So I'm going to take Carlos Leal probably by KO round 1 or round 2. I'm going to go with round 2 to cement that one, just because I think that he'll find a shot. I think we'll see Morono. Oh yeah, and as well, I forgot to mention this. Morono lost to fucking Nico Price in 2024. The fuck are we doing? That was a horrible performance for Alex Morono. I think he gassed in the second round as well. Like, I just can't trust it. I can't trust a fighter who gasses in the second round, especially when you're Morono. Like, if you're gassing in a 3-rounder and you look like Alex Morono, where you should have good cardio, and you're gassing anyways, I just can't fucking trust you to win a fight. I just can't anymore. Like, if you're big, roided up, dude, with a lot of explosion and you're gassing out, that's a bit more understandable. But when you're built like Alex Morono and you're gassing out, it's just purely unacceptable. And I can't trust a pick on Alex Morono. So I'm taking Carlos Leal. I think he'll find a way to chin Alex Morono. Moving on. Bruno Ferreira versus Armin Petrosian. Now, Petrosian's having a tough time here, man. I don't think he's bad at all, dude. Like, he lost to some guys grappling him, like Rodolfo Vieira, Cal Baralho. But on the feet, man, this guy's good. Like, when he was fighting Shara Putin, like, or Shara Bullet, like, he was taking it to Shara Bullet. I had him, I think I had it 1-1. Did he go into the third round, that fight? Did he go into the third round? No, it didn't. Okay, so if that second round ended, I would have had it go. I would have had it being 1-1 going into the third round. That's what I would have had. And he does extremely well on the feet. This guy, he even beat Obama. He beat RoboCop. Gregory Rodriguez. He beat him. So like, Armin Petrosian's skill on the feet is very, very good. So, but he just got chinned by Shara Bullet as well with a fucking nasty double spinning back fist. It's ridiculous. I don't find Bruno Ferreira to be that amazing, but he, at times he had Abis Magomedov hurt. So I mean, that's a plus. Like, do I trust in Bruno Ferreira, who's more of this brawly sort of style, who's just like kind of like this, not super tall, but really built for the division? Can I trust him to go out there and lay a big haymaker on Ahmed Petrosian, who I think is the more technical of the two? I'm not going to trust it for now. But maybe though, because you guys look at this. Bruno Ferreira is like 6 inches shorter than Petrosian with a 1-inch reach advantage. Like, Petrosian has no fucking arm length whatsoever. He has no wingspan. So now I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, that's awful. Like, if you know anything about, how the Holloway versus Volk rematches and how all those fights went, the reason why I think Holloway had a lot of trouble in those matchups was because Holloway, even though he was taller than Volk, didn't have the reach advantage. So that allowed for Volk to be able to work more underneath of Holloway and have more success in the striking. And like, I can see Bruno Ferreira doing the same exact thing to Petrosian here, but I don't know. I want to believe in Petrosian, man. I think I win by decision. I'll pick him, but I'm worried as fuck. Like, if Bruno Ferreira wins this fight, I'm not gonna trip too much about it. Moving on. Ray, goddamn his name, Ray Tsuruya versus Joshua Van. I will always struggle pronouncing his name because he is Japanese, right? Japan, yep. My boy Joshua Van's back. My boy Joshua Van is here. I mean, these guys both are very fucking, like, Joshua Van's only 23 years old, and Tsuruya and Ray is 22 years old. So like, they're both very young with a bright future, in my opinion. But Tsuruya, fuck, dude, I can't fucking say his goddamn name. More of a grappler. I think Joshua Van eats grapplers for dinner, right? I don't find Ray Tsuruya to be as good a grappler as a Cody Durden, and we saw Joshua Van dismantle that whole game plan of him. He just stuffed all of his takedowns and on the feet. As the fight goes on, Joshua Van just comes into his own. I can see Joshua Van finding ways to just bully Ray around the octagon here. I can see Ray having maybe some success in the first round with his takedowns, but I think as this fight goes on, I can see Joshua Van just starting to stuff his takedowns. He has amazing grappling defense, and it's crazy that a guy who's mainly a Muay Thai guy, who's 23 years old with not too much experience in wrestling, can just shuck off takedowns from Cody Durden and then break him throughout 3 rounds. Like, that's fucking insane. So I think if Joshua Van could do that to Cody Durden, I think Ray Tsuruya is in for the Ray Tsuruya, whatever the fuck you say his name. I think he's in for quite a tough fight. I'm gonna take Joshua Van. I'm gonna go by TKO, 3rd round TKO against the cage standing. I think we'll see Joshua Van stuff a takedown, and then he'll just pour it on Ray Tsuruya, who's gassing from shooting so many takedowns, and then he'll get fucking finished. Moving on. Curtis Blades versus Rizvan Kuniev. Now, for anybody who doesn't know anything about Kuniev, this guy's a fucking roid cheat. I'll pull it up for you guys real quick, right? Rizvan Kuniev. Actually, can I do it in topology? Steroids. This guy's a fucking cheat, by the way. It's against Hinafea, by the way, the guy who Ngannou beat. Here it is, right here. It was an overturned contest against Bruno Ferreira. No, sorry, Renan Ferreira. Kuniev tested positive for anabolic steroids, drostasterone, metalone, boldenone, and 19 nord. I can't pronounce shit today. Norandrasterone. So this guy fucking legit cheated. Like, he legit fucking cheated. And yet he's getting a shot in the UFC against Curtis Blades, of all people, who's top 5 in the heavyweight division. What the fuck? Now, Rizvan Kuniev, when I watched this fight versus Renan Ferreira, dude's not even that fucking good either. He's not even that fucking good. Like, that looked like he won, but it looked very low level in my opinion. I don't think this guy's UFC level whatsoever. I think he's just another fat heavyweight. And you would think he would be jacked because he took all these steroids. No, he's fat. So, like, this guy ain't fucking good, and he shouldn't be fighting Curtis Blades. And I don't know why the UFC is signing him. Well, I kind of deduce why the UFC is signing him, because this guy beat Renan Ferreira, and Ngannou beat Renan Ferreira as well. So they're trying to, like, I guess, make him look like shit against Curtis Blades. So it's like, listen, Renan Ferreira ain't shit. So it's like, I guess that's their whole game plan with this. But I think Curtis Blades fucking wins. I think he wins by first round KO. On the feet, on the ground. I don't give a shit. Rizvan Kuniev should not be in the fucking UFC. I think he'll lose this fight and they'll cut him from the UFC immediately. Moving on. Bobby Green. I'm not calling him King Green. King Green versus Mauricio Huffy. Here's the deal when it comes to Bobby Green. I think at this point he's taken too much damage in his career. 38 years old. That Jalen Turner loss still, like, haunts me to this day. Watch him get ground and pounded to oblivion. Paddy Pimblett just choked him out unconscious. This guy, Bobby Green, I think takes too much damage in fights. And that's really worrying for me. I don't like the amount of damage he takes. And it seems like almost every single fight he's getting hurt, right? Like, Jim Miller at one point hurt him, even though he won. Jim Miller, I think in the first round, I think Jim Miller dropped him. Jalen Turner, of course. Grant Dawson one was a quick one. Tony Ferguson at one point hurt him as well. I think in the year of 2024, or was that 2023? I don't remember what year this was. But I think even just a year and a half ago, that version of Tony Ferguson can hurt you. I think Mauricio Huffy can do the same thing. Now, the way I see this fight playing out, though, I think on the feet, though, like, Huffy didn't really impress me with this win over James Jontop. He just couldn't finish Jontop, which, you know, sometimes it's just like that with some fighters. They're just unfinishable, which I think James Jontop is one of those kind of guys. But it didn't really impress me too much. I felt like his striking was a little bit too simple, in my opinion. Sometimes he had flashes. Like, it was weird. Like, there was like a period of time when he's fighting Jontop where it's very, very simple, then bam, out of nowhere, it's something like crazy. That against Bobby Green, I don't think will be very effective, right? I think Bobby Green is going to put a lot of output on Mauricio Huffy, and I can see Bobby Green winning this fight until he isn't, and that's what I think is going to happen. I can see a late first round KO for Mauricio Huffy, where Bobby Green's boxing, he's talking his shit, doing his normal thing, his hand movements, all that stuff, and then he's piecing up Mauricio Huffy, jabbing his face off, and then bam, a right hand down the pipe, just puts Green out. It's over. He's slumped. Call the doctors. It's over. That's the way I see it. Huffy's good, man, but I think out of all the Fighting Nerds guys, the quartet of guys, which is Kyle Baralho, obviously Huffy, Gene Silva, and did I say Carlos Prates? I think Huffy's the worst out of all four of these guys, but I do think he gets past Bobby Green. Bobby Green takes too much damage in his career, man. I'm worried for him. What's up, Plug? How you doing, my man? What's up? So yeah, I'm gonna take Hoofy to win this one. Moving on. Fuck this fight. I'm taking Last Sendo. I'm not fucking talking about that fight. What's good, G? I'm just doing my prediction video. I'm getting off of here, man. I'm tired as fuck. It's been a long ass day. It's been a super long day. I should have did this earlier I should do this around like 2 o'clock, but I decided to do it super late and just get it over with. Gotta make sure I'm still grinding, you know what I'm saying? Let me talk about this and get my shit in. Oh fuck. Actually, I want to ask you, Plug, because you texted me, but I think I was sleeping when you texted me or something. Or I was doing something else. I don't remember what I was doing. But um that Tank Davis fight, I didn't watch it at all. What happened? I saw it was a draw. What was his name? It was Tank Davis versus somebody else. Who was it? He has like one name or something like that. I forget who the fuck his name is. It was a goddamn shit show. It was a draw, so I'm trying to, like, what happened? Is this a boring fight or what? I'll look it up. Roach. Roach is his name. Yeah, Roach. Lamont Roach Jr. Majority decision. What even happened? Tank was supposed to knock him out. Roach beat his ass, and they gave it a draw. Damn. What are the stats looking like? Tank Davis versus Roach. Stats. I want to see the stats. I don't care who threw more. Give me the stats. Here it is. No, I don't want to see their fucking. Damn, they gave. Damn. Too much to type, but it was favoritism. God damn. I mean, one judge had it for Davis, though. He had him winning one round, right? Or 2 rounds, technically, in boxing. I want to see the damn stats, bro. What the fuck? Is this it right here? Here it is. Here's the stats. Let me see. Let me see total punches. We'll do that one. I want the overall, bro. I don't want. Ah, here it is. Yeah, here we go. Total punches. I mean, yeah, Roach outstruck him throughout the entire fight. Let me see. Damn, the first round they didn't land shit. Same thing. Damn, they didn't land shit in the first or second round, and the third kind of too, and the fourth. And the fifth. I mean, then Davis got 11, so that's better. Okay, the 7th round picked up a little bit. 9th round was probably pretty decent. Damn, 11th round was probably pretty good. Bro, Tank took a knee that didn't count. I think I saw that too, but I just didn't care enough to look into it. It's like it was a boring ass fight though. So I mean, based off stats, I mean you got 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. Damn. Fuck, it just depends. Yeah, fuck this. Just a shit performance by Tank, to be honest. Is it worth rewatching or not? It seems like it's not, with only 4 punches overall ended by both fighters in the first round. Should have been a KO for Tank by round 9. Who even is this? I don't watch much boxing, but who is this Roach guy? Is it Lamont? What's his record? 25-1. Who did he lose to? Jamel Herring. That was like 6 years ago. Damn. You got spicy round 5. I might just skip the round 5 if I go back and rewatch it. God damn. My hair's a mess, G. Roach is okay, but shouldn't have lasted with Tank. I feel like Tank do that sometimes, right? I feel like some of his fights he just be doing that. Like when he fought that one dude, was his name Pitbull? Not in like you can, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. But wasn't that fight versus Pitbull kind of weird? Was it Pitbull? Was his name? Was it Isaac Cruz? Yeah, this guy. What wasn't this kind of close? Yeah, but Pitbull Cruz is an actual demon. Okay, okay, so I'm not totally wrong. But yeah, he finished everybody else by KO. God damn. God damn. German Miraz. Probably a journeyman or some shit that early in his career. But he just looked not hungry. I mean, he beaten everybody, dude. Like, I mean, like who else is I mean, besides like a super fight, weren't they gonna do him versus Crawford or something? Or somebody versus Crawford, right? He did not beat everybody. I mean, he almost killed. Like, I mean, I'm looking at his record, bro. KO, 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 decision, KO, KO. Shakar, Haney Lopez. Yeah, like that's probably like one of the fights that's supposed to happen, right? The Shakar, Haney, the Lopez ones. He want to fight none of them and just took the Roach matchup. That's probably what he wasn't hungry because he ain't fighting one of the big fights. He ain't getting a huge payday. He's fighting Roach. His name is Pitbull, right? This guy is Pit. You don't tell me his fucking nickname. He's 26 too. He young. But he has 3 losses though. Who he lose to? Obviously Tank, and he lost to Jose Valenzuela. I don't know. I don't know much about boxing, man. I just know I'm as casual as it gets with boxing. I'm so casual. I'm actually even less than a casual. Yeah, he just isn't hungry. It looks like maybe this draw gives him a reality check to wake the fuck up. You need to get back to being dancy and start being cocky again. You know what I'm saying? Now, who do you walk out to? Let me ask you this: who do you walk out to? That's what's wrong with him. What rapper walked out? Did he walk out to? Locks. That's exactly that's what I'm saying, bro. He didn't walk out to Lil Wayne. He would have won by KO in the 5th round. But he walked out to whoever that is. Who the fuck is Locks? I don't even know who the fuck that even is. That's a food. That's a food. It's a fillet. It looks good. It's salmon. The Locks. Oh, this might be old school. Who's even in there? Sheik Luch, Styles P. It's way before my time. Jim Jones, Way Santana, New York. Oh yeah, so it's way after. It's way before my time. If he did Lil Wayne, he would have been chilling. I'm telling you that. Let me get back to this, man, because I gotta get this shit over with so I can get some rest tonight. What the fuck is this boy texting me about? I don't know. Good investment. Well, let's get back to this real quick. Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamondes. I don't know if Bahamondes is ready for Jalen Turner just yet, man. It's a tough matchup, right? But Jalen Turner, this seems like he would have beaten Moicano if he went for an actual finish instead of trying to get that walk-off KO. He would have actually beaten him. But you know what? We've seen Bahamondes grapple before. He just beat Manuel Torres by KO. This guy is improving actively in his career. You know, he had a rough start, lost to Ludovic Klein, who's underrated now. Ludovic Klein's like 7-2 in the UFC. This guy's legit. So, lost to Ludovic Klein. He lost to somebody else as well, right? But this guy, overall, like throughout his UFC career, feels like he's been improving fight after fight after fight. Jalen Turner's 14-8. He has power in his hands, but like when he fought Dan Hooker, he broke Dan Hooker's arm in the first fucking round and still lost. Dan Hooker did not have a right hand, didn't have a right arm for 2 rounds, basically 3, and he still found a way to lose that fight. Doesn't make sense to me. I think if Ignacio Bahamondes is hungry enough and wants to grapple, I think he'll win. And so I think with that, I think I'm going to pick him to win. I'm going to pick him to win. I think I'll win by decision. I think, and Jalen Turner in the press conference, man, he looking a little bit too happy for me. Looking a little bit way too happy. Did he make weight today? Huh, I think it's right here. Shit. Did he make weight? He did make weight. Damn, he made good weight too. God damn. I mean, shit. I don't know. I don't feel like I can trust Jalen Turner right now. I used to really like him a lot. I was rooting for him when he was finishing guys with body shots. I was loving Jalen Turner, but it seems like he just doesn't have the grit anymore, man. I think it's this weight cut, dude. I think he's a natural welterweight, and he's just draining himself to depletion at lightweight. So I think that affects his the way he fights. So I think I'm gonna take Bahamondes to get that one done. Moving on. Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. This is a hard fight to predict because the fact that we just saw Fiziev blow out his whole ACL a year and a half ago, and he's been out ever since. So it's kind of like, what kind of Fiziev are we going to get for this Gaethje matchup? And with Gaethje, dude got put on a highlight reel for the rest of his life. Gaethje probably can't go outside without somebody, putting up a video of him getting flatline KO'd by Holloway. And probably, if not the best KO of all time, it's top 3 best KOs of all time. And with Gaethje, I'm just wondering how his mental is, man. Gaethje typically never gets KO'd. He's been hurt. He's been TKO finished, but he's never been put out cold. We've never seen Gaethje actually get flatlined where he's sleeping on the canvas done. So I don't know how he's going to fare. In the press conference, he said that he was like, he's a bit nervous again. I can see him being a bit more hesitant versus Fiziev, who he just packs a bunch of power, man. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Like if Fiziev fought somebody else in the meantime and then fought Gaethje for this matchup, I'd probably be more confident in picking Fiziev. I just don't know what version of Fiziev we're going to get because this guy Fiziev, in every single 3-rounder he fights in, he finds a way to gas out in the 3rd round. However, I do think when these guys first fought, I thought Fiziev won versus Gaethje. I thought he won the first 2 rounds and lost the 3rd clearly. So I thought he was kind of, I wouldn't say robbery, but low-key kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Bro, co-main kind of mid, to be honest. Was hoping for Hooker. I don't mind this fight. I kind of like this fight. I want to see Fiziev win. I've missed Fiziev for a while, man. I wanted him back probably like 6 months ago from his ACL injury. But it is what it is. You can't. He's fighting now, so it is what it is. But I think. Listen, I don't know. Like, I think I'll say this. I think the Gaethje KO loss versus Holloway and the Fiziev ACL, those negate each other. I think those make it even again. So now what I'm going to look back at is their first fight. And like I said before, I think Fiziev won the first 2 rounds in that matchup. It was an incredibly close fight. I feel like the only reason they gave it to Gaethje was based on visible damage, which is fair. Fiziev's eye was busted up and he was bleeding everywhere. So I think it's somewhat fair to give him that 2nd round, even though I did think Fiziev outstruck Gaethje in the 2nd round. It's fine, but I think in terms of skill for skill, I think Fiziev's better. Just hopefully he don't gas bad in that 3rd round and get finished, man. I am worried for him in the future when he comes to like getting to a 5-rounder. However, somehow he flatline KO'd RDA in the 5th round. That's fucking insane. Remember that fight? But yeah, I'll take Fiziev, man. Shit, man. I'll take him by quick 1st round KO. I'm worried about it, man. I'm worried about it. That's fair. I'm just a Hooker fan. That's fine. Like, honestly, I think Hooker versus Gaethje was a better fight. I'm not like, I won't even disagree with you about that. I think Hooker and Gaethje would have been the better fight than Fiziev Gaethje. But I don't think that this fight is too far of a step down, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't think this fight is like just absolutely abysmal. But I agree with you, man. I think that Gaethje Hooker would have been the better fight or better co-main. Moving on. Alex Pereira versus Ankalaev. I've already covered this in a whole video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a whole, I think 15, 16-minute video. But I guess for this, I'll give you the cliff notes about it. If Ankalaev does not grapple, he will get slept. and I'm worried he won't grapple. And I mean, what I mean by grappling is that he needs to grapple early and often. If he doesn't do that, he's getting fucking night out cold by Alex Pereira. Now, I think the way Ankalaev fights, and just from sample size and what we've seen from Ankalaev in the past, this guy will not grapple immediately. So, I think he'll get slept by Alex Pereira. But, he can always change his game plan. He can always change the way he approaches a fight. He can always be different for this fight. And maybe he realizes that, okay, Alex Pereira, maybe Ankalaev will be the first light heavyweight to actually have a fucking brain and realize that he can't strike with a 2-weight glory kickboxing world champion and just go for a takedown. That's literally about fucking it, right? Because, I mean, the only other person who is actually the only 3 people that Alex Pereira has ever faced in the UFC to actually have a fucking brain against him was Andreas Michailidis, was Bruno Silva, and was Jan Blachowicz. And arguably the most big-brained of them all was Jan Blachowicz. Can Ankalaev be the 4th person on that list to actually kind of try to grapple with Alex Pereira? I think he will at some point, but I don't think I trust him. This guy, I know he's from Dagestan, but this guy ain't a fucking grappler, man. Like, he really ain't. Like, that's not his game. His game is striking. I think he will test the striking out for a bit too long. Like, it took him to the 4th round to go for a takedown versus Jan Blachowicz. So, I'm worried for Pereira. Maybe he might get taken down in control, but I think all of that time with Glover Teixeira, all of that time spent grappling and training, I think he purposely took the Yuri fight and the Khalil Roundtree fight and even the Jamal Hill fight just to get some more grappling training underneath of his belt before he fought Ankalaev. So it's just this fight all depends on when Ankalaev shoots. If he waits to the 3rd round to shoot, he's getting slept before the 3rd round. If he does it in the 1st round, maybe he has a good solid chance to win. I do see Pereira getting back up for some takedowns as well, but maybe Ankalaev can wet blanket him at times, but I don't know. I don't fully trust it. I don't trust Ankalaev at all. I'll trust Alex Pereira for this one. Justin versus Hooker would have been fun as hell. Obviously title implications, but that shit would have been fun to watch. It would have been. It would have been a banger. I think Hooker's on cocaine. Straight up. I think dude is blasting drugs, dude. Because when he fought Jalen Turner, and when he fought who's his last fight? I'm forgetting. I'm blanking. Mateus Gamrot. That dude seemed like he was high out of his fucking mind. Like, he is, something is not all the way there with Dan Hooker, which makes his fights more fun to watch because he's more crazy now than when he's been in the past. But yeah. Ank and Alex is a 50-50 fight, low-key tough to pick. I agree. I'm going to take Alex Pereira because I trust that he can get back up from takedowns, and I trust that Ankalaev won't shoot in the 1st round. That's my prediction. Now, I would say I can be, 75% fucking Pereira. There's all these Glazers out here, man. The fuck? But at some point, man, Pereira has to lose, dude. 37 years old, gonna be 38 here soon. He's still kind of young in the MMA game, though. Not the overall fight game, he's not, but the MMA game, he is still kind of young. So maybe his career can go long. And we did see Glover at 42 do well at light heavyweight, become a champ at that age. So maybe age is like I'm comparing his age to a lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you hit 35 at lightweight, you're kind of cooked. Once you hit 35 at bantamweight, you're done. But obviously at heavyweight and light heavyweight, it might be a little bit different. So I can't take age too much into account with Pereira. But I think at some point, man, he will get too old and he will lose to somebody. Damn, I didn't realize, dude. A 5-inch reach advantage for Alex Pereira as well. That left hook might be open all day. I won't even lie to you. And obviously, it is not a 1-inch height difference. I think that Pereira is clearly 2 inches taller than Ankalaev, 2 to 3 inches. So yeah, that's my prediction. Pereira KO, TKO round 2. I'm worried about it. I'm not for sure at all. I'm not 100%, but I'm going to trust it, man. I'm going to trust it. But yeah, that's it. That's my predict. That's my picks. If you guys want to join the Topology group, man, feel free. The link is pinned right now in the chat. So if you want to join this group, at some point, dude, I don't. At some point, I will be offering prizes, dude. I swear to God, I will. I will offer some prizes. I promise I will at some point. So join the group. Link in the description, or it's pinned in the chat, whichever one you prefer. Join the group. Once we get get enough people in here and enough people who are actually in the Topology group, I will be offering prizes. I just want a pool of people to actually give prizes to. So, join the group. Those are my predictions. I will be going 100% for this card. Did I pick all favorites? Tell me I didn't. Okay, Pay's a favorite. Viziv's a favorite. Fuck. Bahamondes is a favorite. Fuck. Lucindo is a favorite. Fuck. Yeah, I know Mauricio is a favorite. I know Blades is a favorite. Fuck. Dude, did I pick all favorites? Joshua Van's a favorite. I know that. Bruna Petrosian is a favorite. Fuck. Fuck it. We're changing my prediction. I think Petrosian will get KO'd. Round 1. I might regret that pick at one point. Leal is definitely a favorite. Santos is a favorite. Gutierrez is they're near evens. Okay, that's fine. I picked all favorites. I picked one underdog. Take it or leave it, bro. I'm out of here. All right, thank you guys so much, man. I'm leaving. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the card. Be there, be square. What time is the card tomorrow? The card is. I'll probably come in around 8 o'clock-ish, right? Yeah, I'll come in around 8 o'clock-ish for the prelims. I'll probably skip on the early prelims. But I'm out of here, guys. Peace out. Thank you, Iceman66. Thank you, No Plug. Thank you, Billy J. You guys are the best. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. See you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Peace out.